Okay. Hello? Are we live? Are we live? Shit. The wings. Alright, I think we're live. There we go. Okay. I thought I had this set up, but I guess it wasn't set up. But that's fine. Okay. Yay. We did it. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Yes, can't wait for episode 2. Yeah, episode 2. I was having some problems, but no worry. I'll figure it out. So, yes, welcome to the what I have now called the aftermath. Hello, Pika. So this is where we can go talk more about behind the scenes. If you guys have any questions about something, this will be your chance to ask them. If you haven't seen episode 1 yet, this will contain spoilers. So I highly recommend you watch episode 1 before being here. And 2, watch episode 1 because episode 1, yes, I would hope you watch episode 1. A lot of work went into that, so please go support it. Yes, so we just finished the premiere. Boy, for starters, I hope you guys liked it. Well, I've question. Will I be in episode 2? Not in episode 2, but definitely 3. I actually have to talk to you about it because, well, I gotta talk to you more about it too because Eggman's involvement is more of a slow build up. Because you gotta remember, Eggman is not technically meant to, he's part of the story, but that doesn't mean he's actually the problem. What does that mean? I don't know. Alright, but yeah, so that was nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie. That was nerve-wracking to just watch that video premiere because it's like, did you guys like it? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it cringe? Because for me, anything I do, it's going to be cringe because I did it. But maybe not to you guys. I don't know. But it was amazing. I'm not, I was scared, man. That was terrifying. That was fucking terrifying to have you guys watch that. So no, that was nerve-wracking. But I am glad that we were able to watch that together. So here is episode 1 right here that I have on my computer. So, again, if you guys have any particular questions, now will be the time to discuss this. I realize I'm probably going to have a separate setup for when we do this. But I did not really think about this, but that's fine. So, we'll just go with the punches right now. There we go. That's perfect. Hello, Dark Terran? Terran's the same. I do have questions for him. Was Infinite AFK die laughing? Actually, I think he was bored out of his mind and kind of annoying, actually. I enjoyed it. My favorite part was watching Infinite go flying from the Emerald Power. Lol. Okay, so, well, let's talk about that. So, alright. So, yeah, let's talk about the emerald. I'm going to mute this for now so we don't have to listen to this, so we don't have to worry about the sound. So, let's start with that. So, the emerald, because I noticed Luffy mentioned the rainbow color. So, fun fact, So the world we're in is obviously, I think it's called Aptos, which is from Sonic Unleashed. Now the funny part is that the funny part of that was that the emeralds, the world, when you go into the world, is that there was the emeralds would just be right in the beginning when you enter the world, and they will just all be lying around. But for some reason, when me and Whispering went to this world to record the scene, the emeralds were scattered around the whole the entire area. The whole world, they were just scattered around. And we searched in real time for like 30 minutes to find the green emerald or the yellow emerald. It was the yellow emerald or the green one we were trying to look for. And we could not find it for the life of us. But we found this rainbow one. And after looking for like 30 minutes for the green emerald, we were like, okay, fuck it. We're just going to use the rainbow one. So we could actually start filming. So that's why it's a rainbow one. So yeah, that was funny. So, yeah, so that's why we did that. Let's go to where, so that is the confrontation. Yeah. Where the emerald is turning color. Infinite's right there being like, hey, give me the emerald.
You know I can't stop you. Come on.
For the record, that took me so long to actually be pleased with that result. I had stuck so long with editing that I could not find, like, I couldn't find a way to make that look satisfying, and that took me so long to actually get that to where it was doable. Yeah, that was Miles. That says it was the Rainbow Emerald. Yeah, it was the Rainbow Chaos, but we could not find any of the ones we needed for the scene, so we just chose the rainbow one because it was like, fuck it, we need to start recording. So that's why we did that. And throwing the emerald at Infinite, like the question is why? Well, that's going to be more explained in episode 2, because because the original idea was for, we were trying to find more of a Phantom Ruby, but none of the avatars could actually fit. So that's also another reason why we're in this world, because we can actually pass around the emerald. So we kind of had to do a suspenseful disbelief kind of thing, because preferably in a perfect world, that would be the emerald right there. That would be a Phantom Ruby, but we couldn't. Rest in peace. Oh, first, I saw someone say they like my OC. Thank you. Rest in peace, Tails and Sexy Rouge. No, I'm still going to use them. As I said in my post, the character streams aren't going away. I'm just going to do more out-of-character stuff, too, with the VTuber model. That's why I'm using her now. Yeah, but anyways, yeah. I can't, but of course, in a perfect world, which VR chat is very limited to, that would be a Phantom Ruby, but we didn't have a Phantom Ruby, so a Proto Emerald will be. So actually, let's go to the beginning with this. So fun fact about the beginning. I'm going to mute that for a moment. So we're going to go to the beginning of the episode. So fun fact. So the model I'm using here. Okay, I don't want to diss on the model or like the people who make the models, because I know they're like really hard to do. This is actually a cool idea to change from the Chaos Emerald to a Rainbow Emerald. That actually brings more of a mystery to it. That was basically the way I did it. That was the way I pictured it too when I realized we were going to have to use it. Good. Yeah, like I said, character streams will still be a thing. I'm just going to do more out of character stuff. I do have a question. At the beginning, why you look so depressed? It's more so in thought. Well, because that's actually, or was that the avatar? I think that was the avatar. I don't know. The camera wasn't on. Oh, wait, if you're talking about this, it's because he's supposed to be more in thought. If you're talking about like the actual like Tails here, two things. One, it's supposed to be a moment of reflection. That's why we're going back to the memories and the flashbacks. It's supposed to be a reflection, obviously, of everything that have hit Tails the most. So the fun fact about this model is that this model was only used, because like I said, I don't want to diss models, but this model doesn't have a lot. And I'm not the biggest fan of the cartoony look because it doesn't fit the other models. So this was not the model of Tails I wanted to use, but it was the only model. And I do mean the only model where he's holding an emerald. So in this scene, the emerald that I'm holding, it's the only Tails model I could find where he's actually holding an emerald. So the only reason why we ended up using that model of Tails is because I could not find any other Tails model where he's holding an emerald. Also, fun fact about this part. So you see this lovely Tails walking. It's actually kind of funny where Miles is saying, "Oh, why do you look so depressed?" That's not me, actually. That's Story Wolf, aka Whisper. Whisper is actually the model here. This entire scene, she's actually the Tails model, and I'm the one filming. So that isn't actually me. That's actually her. She cloned the avatar, and then I just recorded her walking. So yeah, that is not me, actually. Because the reason why we did that was because the idea was for her to record me. But one, I was not at my current place because I was staying at my brother's house because I had gotten in a bad accident. So I was stuck at my brother's place. So episode 1 was recorded at my brother's apartment he was living in at the time. So I didn't have like my PC or anything. I didn't have my full setup. So it was actually just easier to me record her. And then, so that beginning scene with her, with Tails walking is actually her, and then I'm filming. So yeah, and when Tails is actually like this part, this is also her. She's running to him, and then that transition right there. She's running, boom, then this is me. Which was 2 different scenes. At this point, she's actually not here because another fun fact, I believe this scene with Infinite and me and Whispering, actually recorded this before this. So the scene in the beginning was actually, the funny part is that the very beginning was actually the last thing we recorded for this episode. So all of this reflection is the last thing recorded for the episode, and this with Infinite was the first thing recorded for this episode. Mainly because Whispering just had more of an open availability for Infinite, so I just decided to start filming with him. Because we knew Mud, who is our Sonic, was going to come eventually within this section, so we just started like an hour, 2 hours before he would show up to do the scene with him, and when Sonic would come in to the workshop with Tails. So yeah. Nice job, Whisper. Yep. I love the part in the chat when I said I would drink coffee and watch everyone fighting. I mean, true. So, yes. Question, how long did it take to edit all of the flashbacks? Okay, so the fun fact about the flashbacks with this scene, which I'm glad someone liked it, because I almost thought I was overdoing it. So when it came to the flashbacks, those were actually added in later. The original edits was that it didn't have the flashbacks and you just saw them talking through the whole time. The reason why I added the flashback is, one, I thought about adding some more visuals to what they were directly talking about to help it make more sense to people who may not remember it or may have not watched it or played it. But also because I felt like it needed it just got too bland to just keep seeing them talking. So I added the flashbacks to kind of add a little, you know, spice to it kind of thing. And they were added last, so I would say it took me longer to actually find the footage for the cutscenes than to actually paste them into the actual, like, edit them in. So I would say maybe like an hour, because I had to find them. Yeah. Questions. Did you guys make your own list? Make your own list, just question? I don't know what you mean by that, but yeah. So yeah. Actually, the flashbacks for here, but if we're talking about the flashbacks in the beginning, all of this for between the beginning and then with Infinite, that took me like 5 hours to put from the very beginning to when Infinite has his like moment here. That took me like 4 or 5 hours to put together. Mainly because the original idea got completely changed. Because all of this was meant to be a flashback while I was going to narrate above it. Like doing a open narration of everything that have happened. But as I was editing the flashbacks, I realized the flashbacks was essentially doing what I wanted to narrate. So I just got more clips to narrate, to do essentially what I was going to do, like narrate anyways. And then with Infinite, this pretty much happened as the way I planned it. Just adding in the visions and the clips. But yeah, from the beginning with Tails, this was completely changed from the original idea. And not to mention a lot of clips were added and changed and flipped and shortened and cut in, and it took a while for me to figure out which clips I wanted to show from which game. And then, of course, I had to clean the audio from the cutscenes so you didn't get the background music. But I always knew I wanted to end it with the corruption, him holding his hand out, and then what he says.
I will uncover the truth behind everything.
Yeah. That's how I knew that's how I wanted to end it, because I always loved that line. So, that was another thing. Alright, I gotta know, how many shots did it take for you to finish the story, aka bloopers? So here's the funny thing about it. So we technically recorded episode 1 twice. Because we recorded episode 1, and then the audio was so badly damaged and terrible for some reason. Something happened with my laptop that it corrupted the audio of for all of the footage. So then we had to record it completely again another time. So it took us 2 times to actually record episode 1. And in terms of bloopers, I actually do have footage of some of the raw footage. You guys can't see them because the video is privated. But it's like over 51 minutes of the raw footage where we're just there are like my phone rings at one point when I'm trying to edit, when I'm trying to record, and then Infinite's just kind of lying there dead, and I'm just like trying to answer the call while I'm trying to do this. And then different times where we're just kind of Whisper's having troubles because for some reason in the workshop her avatar would freak out in different positions of the workshop, so she spent so much time trying to position herself in places where her VR, I don't think she had a VR set at the time. No, I think she did. No, she did. Yeah, she was using a Quest. But she was constantly like parts of the workshop would cause her quest to freak out. So there are tons of parts where she's just trying to like position herself where she isn't giving herself a seizure a simulation of a fucking seizure. All right. Now I will admit, this scene when we're in the room with Infinite, this scene did not go the way I planned it. As in, who was supposed to be here? I wanted Amy and Knuckles to be part of this scene too, actually. Sadly, we could not find an Amy VA for this, unfortunately. And then for the Knuckles VA, he joined, but then the quest died. And then we couldn't reach him again. And then he just didn't have time. So it was just like, oh, all right, I guess this is it. I guess this is what we're going to go with. Because the interesting thing was that Knuckles was supposed to do, because Knuckles and Shadow were supposed to be obviously against Infinite. Amy and Sonic are kind of for Infinite to give him a second chance. And I was supposed to be, Tails was kind of supposed to be that third party, just kind of watching it all before he inserts his input. Because Sonic actually was originally, I planned for him to be quiet, just in the corner watching them all discuss this before he would come in and say, hey, you know, as the one who actually was captured by Infinite, I say we give him a second chance. But we couldn't get Amy or Knuckles in, so we just went with these three. And so Sonic essentially took over the role of what Amy was going to do, and then Whisper and Shadow just pushed more of what Knuckles would have done. And then while I tried to get Tails to be a bit of a third party for a moment, it didn't last as long as what it would have originally been. So, a little fun there. Yeah, I do like the flashbacks there. Also, I won't say why he's wearing the bracelet, because there is a story reason to it that is involved with the story. But as for writer Shadow, Trigger, who is the one who voiced Shadow and played Shadow, he just wanted to wear it. When we're getting ready to film, they just put the items on, and then he's just like, hey, can I just be writer Shadow for this? Can I just like have the outfit on for this episode? Like, I won't do it if you don't want to, but do you want? Can I? And I was just like, sure. I didn't see a problem with it, but it is just kind of weird being like, oh, what was Shadow doing before all of this? So that was a little bit of fun for that. Just something completely random. Definitely love that. And so yeah, I know a lot of you guys were mentioning Infinite just being dead and knocked out through all this. The actual VA, and I do feel so sorry for whispering, was that he is just laying down the entire time. So we film him. So me and him film for like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then for the rest of the episode 1, which is like 4 or 5 hours in total, he's just laying down dead and hiding the VA camera, hiding the Oculus, the VR chat camera when you lay down like this so it can't be caught by me. And he's just laying down the entire time. He was bored and annoyed and just waiting for us to get done. But he was just laying down the entire time. Just the entire time of this scene. Where he is poor whispering. Just lovely. I felt so bad. But it's just like, that was his main purpose for this episode. To be dead. Loved it. I loved it. I really love Storywhip's acting. She really brought out the emotional trauma Whisper went through in the comments. Yeah. That was what I really wanted to push for at the end, to really build up to the climax of the end of episode 1. There we go. But the interesting part when it came to the end, I don't know why it's acting all funky right now. But the thing about the end is that Storywolf is such a sweet, kind soul. She is so lovely. She is so sweet. And so it took us a moment to get her mad. Because I was just like, I need you to be mad. I need you to like yell. You wanna rip Sonic's head off because, because they do mention it because of the metal virus. So she's not just thinking about the trauma of like her crew and the war. She's also thinking about the metal virus too and all of this. And all Sonic is just trying to do is like, let's dismiss all of that. So it's like, this is her moment to like really be angry. But Storywolf is so sweet and kind. It took us a moment to just get her angry. And so the argument is actually one of the few things of episode 1 that took the longest to shoot, because we kept doing reshoots and reshoots of the argument. Because Sonic isn't really arguing with Whisper, but he is trying to like press her a little bit, because she even questions him, being like, is this all a game to you? Running around in chili dogs and stuff, which she then takes down the chili dogs. Get rid of those chili dogs. Get rid of those doggies right there. So, that was fun. Yep. Oh, I just love Sonic's face being like, no, not the chili dogs. Not the chili dogs. The funny part is that she wanted to lift up the plate, but you can't actually move the plate in the VR chat world, so she just had to throw the hot dogs, because you can't actually lift up the plate. Because that was like the original idea, like to get her to lift up the plate to throw the dogs everywhere, but you can't because it's VR chat. So just pick up the dogs and throw them everywhere. So I thought that was really funny with Storywolf. Storywolf did great. She's like, but like I said, she's such a sweet, kind soul. We had to do a few reshots of the fight because, it was like, I need you to get mad. I need you to be very, very mad. So, yeah. Hold on. So, yeah. But no, that was amazing. That was amazing. So, yeah. Boy. So, she did really good on that. The ending, I won't say anything about the ending. All I will say about that ending is that I had so much fun editing it. Now, there is one part here with the conversation with Sonic and Tails where he's trying to give Tails encouragement and words of wisdom. That part got cut and re-put back into the episode like several times, because I didn't know if I actually wanted to add that scene in. One, because I didn't want to like damage Tails' character from Frontiers, and two, I thought the episode was getting long. And in fact, it almost got cut because the final version that I last edited of this didn't include that scene until right before I was going to premiere the episode. I went back and I added it right back into the episode. So that scene, like I said, almost got cut. So, yeah. I think that is a little bit... So, yeah. So, I think that is all I got to say about episode 1 right now. All in all, I did enjoy this episode. It was fun to watch. I thought it was really fun. I had fun making it. I had fun recording it. Yeah. I thought it was a really good start, and I hope episode 2 is better. I hope you guys really liked it. I won't say anything about the ending. You guys are just gonna have to make your own prediction of what that was about. But yeah. So, unfortunately, I do have to go, because I have to join another stream. And I pretty much covered all the basics of what I want to do. I will be doing behind the scenes for every episode we do. Hopefully, maybe we can go more in depth with all the other cast members eventually. But I just want to do a quick rundown about what this episode was. Can't wait to see episode two. I can't wait to actually, I can't wait to start refilming that again. Because, yeah, we are filming it again for the 3rd time because I didn't like the recording that we got last time. But either way, so yeah, that's where we're going to end it. Thank you guys I hope you guys really liked episode 1. I can't wait for episode 2 to come out. I'm glad that you guys were able to join this. And thank you guys so much. Yay! And now I have to go to Trigger's stream because I think we're doing the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, and I gotta be Tails there. So go over to Trigger's channel. You can find his video in the link in the description below. And I will see you guys later. All right, bye bye. As always, till next time. Bye.